As a black man, listen to me. This is a real question. This is a real question. Do it ever get too much for a black man to express how he's feeling? Do it ever to black women? Do you ever feel like, oh, he's too soft, or he doing too much, or he just? I ain't saying he's soft. I'm saying do it ever get to a point of where in the back of your mind you say he just doing too much? He just always. Is it ever too much? Because let me tell you something. I want to be real with you. Now, a lot of y'all saying no until you run into it. Now, I'm going to try to give you a comparison as to what I'm saying. You say it ain't too much until you run into it. That's just like a man who run into a woman, because we have defined a lot of women as needy, clingy, extra. When me and my auntie was talking, really, that's a woman being in her most feminine state. She should be like that. She should. But you've been programmed to think that's nagging, that's annoying, that's getting on your nerves. You almost want to put her you want her to be feminine, but at the same time, you really want her to carry herself in a masculine way. When she clingy, want to be up under you, want to be touchy-feely, want to talk. She's supposed to. She's supposed to talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? You always, she was designed that way. So if you keep on telling her she talk too much, she getting on your nerves and this and that, guess what? It's in a spiritual sense, you're suppressing the femininity in it. You're suppressing it. You're making her feel like she's a problem when she's really trying to be in a feminine state. You making her suppress it, homie. You know what I'm saying? You trying to play your game you trying to play your game or do whatever it is, and she want to come around and talk and lay up on you. That's what she's supposed to do, my guy. But listen, if your mind has, if you don't understand that, guess what? If you don't understand that, you ain't gonna be able to respond to it the way you should as a man. You gonna come to you, it's too much. She doing too much. She getting on your nerve. When really, what you don't understand. You might got some mama issues, my boy, because you don't understand it because you never had it. And if you ain't never had it, you don't know how to receive it. She trying to show you how. She trying to love on you, homie. That's a part of nurturing. That's a part of you letting her know she's there for you, homie. You really need that. So when you ain't had it, you just don't understand it. So you automatically reject it. But your mind copes with it and tell you that you're doing the right thing. She doing but you're wrong. Going back to, is it ever too much? Because most women have. I'm gonna say most. I'm gonna say some. Some women have heard women talk about, he too soft. He always wants such and such and such and such. So when I'm asking, is it ever too much? A lot of women said, no, it's not. But I guarantee you, a lot of them, if the man was to express how he was feeling, the way he really wanted to, at some point, either she gonna voice it, or either it's gonna show how he acting soft, or he doing too much. And to me, that's a problem. Because I'm finna tell you why. I've been here recently, man. I think I'm at that place. Like I'm at a vulnerable place of where I want to be able to say exactly how I'm feeling without feeling or thinking. It makes me less of a man or less masculine because I've carried so much. You know what I'm saying? It's therapeutic in a sense. And with my partner, I should be able to do that. It should never be too much because I understand you've been through just as much as me. And guess what? I've never been able to share it. I've never listened to me with my mama. Love my mama to death. Can't call mama. I ain't never been able to just call mama and vent and never. I've never had nobody in my life to be completely vulnerable and vent and say how I feel. Say how I feel when I'm jealous. Say how I feel when I feel like I ain't getting enough attention. Say how I feel when I feel like I ain't being appreciated the way I feel I should be appreciated. Say how I feel when I'm feeling like I'm being overlooked or you're choosing somebody over me. I feel like I should be able to express that as a black man and it not come off as, oh, you doing what? 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 I don't want to feel like that no more. Like that's crazy to me. I don't want to feel like I have to just carry myself macho all the time as if nothing is bothering me. I don't want no woman to feel like, oh, he don't never say nothing. Shoot, he don't really. I do care. I don't never say nothing because I don't never say nothing about how I feel because I don't want you to say in the back of your mind, do what? I ain't tripping, he acting. I don't want that because in the society we live in, that's a problem now. It's a problem for me to say how I feel. Like, I don't feel like it should be a problem when I express it's certain things. Look, man, and this is how it's making me feel. I don't know why it's making you feel like that. Like, I don't even get it. Like, but it's how it's making me feel. And see, most women, they expect you to understand because when it comes to feelings and emotions, women's are they level is different, it's heightened different. So when they saying that, they expect you to understand where they coming from. But on the reverse end, I feel like when men say that, it's looked at as you're a man. How you feel? Listen, that hurts me. That bothers me. I sit here in silence and hurt, but that really messed with me. But I can't say it because I don't want it to be looked at like I'm less of a man or I'm soft. But that's bothering me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want somebody who always complain and crying insecure. Okay, there we go right there. That's what I'm saying right there. If it's your partner, and this person, I'm glad you said it because a lot of women say it's never too much. If it's your partner, and it's a valid point, it's not complaining. It's not insecurity. If it's a trigger to something, it's not low self-esteem. It's a real issue. And that person need to go to therapy, but at the same time, you can't tell me I shouldn't be able to express that to you because you my partner. Going back to let's go back to the women who just said I don't want a man. It's the same thing with us. You think it ain't a such thing as a woman who coming completely healed. It ain't a such thing as a woman who coming without triggers, without trauma, that ain't dealing with something from their past. It's just impossible. And I think it's just not fair. If a woman can come and express certain things, and me as a man, I have to eat that and take that on the chin. But if I do it, it's too much. If you caused it to your partner, if I'm sitting down and I'm explaining something that has bothered me, something that you can create an insecurity, it does not mean that the person is insecure. And that's what I think a lot of people get that misconstrued because maybe you haven't had the conversation. It's a difference between you created the insecurity and I came in insecure. If I came in trusting you and something happened and now it's certain things that when I see it or certain things that make me feel some type of way, I wasn't insecure. You created the insecurity. And now you telling me it's a time stamp on when I can express that and how many times I can express that? No. It's not a time limit. You can't tell a person when they heal from something. You can't tell a person how to heal from a wound you put on them. You can't tell them how long it takes. If that person just need to express that and need the reassurance, what's wrong with it? But the generation that we live in today, it's just a different ball game all the way around. It's so many philosophies going on out here, these motivational speaking, these podcasts. It's just so much information out here. You know why? Because everybody want to lean onto their own understanding. Like what the word is saying. Lean not unto your own understanding. Listen, it's so many people who just want to come into this whatever season that they in, whatever generation is in. Everybody want to be empowered and come into these false truths that everybody, all of these standards people want to set, and really only thing it do is it create a independence in everybody. It's I ain't going for this, I ain't going for that, you too this, you too much of that. And then what we come to a place, if you really pay attention to everybody, it ain't screaming nothing but hurt. It ain't screaming nothing but pain. Listen to all these podcasts, how they explain things, what they say. It ain't expressing nothing but trauma in every single one of them. And then they trying to give you, they projecting on you how you should deal with, and everything is situation based. How you expect what worked for you to work the same exact way with me and my partner? You don't know what my partner been through. You don't know how my partner respond to things. You don't know what kind of communicator my partner is. And you sitting up here and you listening to these podcasts and you think all men built the same. You think all men communicate the same. You think all men express themselves the same. You think all men got the same level of chivalry. Now, he might not know nothing about chivalry, but if you don't try to sit down and at least have a conversation with him, maybe he'll never get it. You think you get on here and they having these conversations about 50-50. I come from a town called Springfield, Tennessee. It's this big. Listen to me. Everything is situation based. Some people gonna get in relationship where it's gonna call for 50-50. But you want to get on here and you want to talk and listen to people who multi-millionaires, got 6 or 7 different businesses and got all these things going on, and tell you if a man come into your life, he should be paying all your bills off the bat. I ain't saying that he can't get to that place. What I'm saying is that it ain't every man don't come like that. You don't know what's going on, it just don't happen. It don't mean he less of a man. Now, if you be that partner for a year and maybe it help him get to a certain, then maybe he can do it. But if you pay attention, listen to all of these podcasts. If you pay attention, it ain't screaming nothing but trauma. It's screaming trauma in every single one of them, because so many people claiming, oh, I'm woke. What you trying to say is, I'm gonna protect myself. That's all it's screaming. It's screaming, I'm protecting myself because I'm tired of being hurt. That's all it's screaming. So now I'm saying, oh no, I'm living my best life. Ain't nobody gonna get in the way. I'm on such and such, such and such. If you cross this line or this red flag, you're cut off. If I'm protecting my energy. I ain't saying not to do none of it. I ain't saying that some of the information ain't cool, ain't on point. But what I'm saying is, if you pay attention to it, it's screaming hurt. That's all it is. It's screaming pain. And now you jump into a relationship or you meet somebody you like, and the first time you see something that was equivalent to what these folks said on her, you feel like, I remember, I read it. What's up with you, Tavon? I ain't going for that because such and such. And all it is hurt. You got trust issues. You got commitment issues. And you just ain't dealt with them. You've come up with defense mechanisms to make you feel empowered. And the truth of the matter is, you're not empowered, because guess what? Being vulnerable is powerful. When you can say, nah, that triggered me, and I need to deal with what's going on within me first, and then later on down, I'll communicate that, versus I'll run, versus I'm getting away from it, because deep down inside, it ain't nothing but some trauma. It ain't nothing but some hurt. So you thinking cutting people off is empowerment? No. It's really your weakness. And if you think some of us can't see it, we see it. You go in flight mode instead of fight mode. You know why? But to you want to call it empowerment. And when I say this, I speak from experience. I'm not saying this trying to just talk. Because I've done it. I've sit back and I've rationalized. Listen to me. Your brain is wired to protect you, but it does not mean because you got away from something that was hurting you. It does not mean that it was the right decision that you made. It just tried to protect you from hurting of dealing with something that you really need to deal with. That just like I can have a trigger when it comes to a woman. She might say or do something, right? And my mind tell me to get away from it. I've been played like that before. I've been lied to. And guess what? The little boy in me gonna say, you don't have that conversation, just get away from it. And me getting away from it, and then after I get away, I rationalize even more in my head and say, yeah, I ain't finna let nobody play with me like that. Somebody don't play. You made a little boy decision. And that's why it keep popping up in your life. It keep popping up in your life. You know why? Because you didn't deal with it. You wonder why that cycle keep coming around. You wonder why you keep running into the same issue. You keep having the same conversation with yourself. And then you want to blame it on the crowd of people that you run into. You know why the crowd of people ain't going to change? Because the conversations you need to have, the internal conversations you need to have about yourself ain't changed. Your perspective ain't changed. The way you see things ain't changed. Listen to me. The inner you has not changed. So you automatically, every time, whether it's a new person, it does not matter. If you have not changed the way you view what was being said, it may not be them. It's probably you because you keep running from the situation. That's all it is. And so, and I done ran off, right? Like I say, he fell attack. But back to the woman who said, I don't want a man who nag all the time and this and that. I ain't saying he nagging. I ain't saying he insecure. My question was, when I looked in the mirror at myself today was, is it ever too much for a man to express himself? And this is personal to me. This is personal to me. Because for a long time, I've been programmed to bite my tongue, to take things that I probably shouldn't be taking, all in the name of masculinity. And what's up, Nicole? What I've come to understand was it's only broken me more because I sit and I took the pain on the chin while sitting here telling myself that's me taking it like a man. And it was not the truth. So when I'm sitting here in silent pain because I can't say how I feel because I don't want this woman to think I'm soft, I've broken myself even more. And then later on down the line, she wondering why. Man, he act like he don't like me sometimes. He act like he can't stand me sometimes. I don't know why when I come around, he got an attitude. And now the woman sitting back and thinking, I don't know what, he just too sassy for me. He said, you know why? Because he been sitting in silent pain. He ain't never expressed himself. He ain't never told you what he didn't like. He ain't never told you, hey, that really makes me feel some type of way. He ain't never been able to do it. And now you wondering why he always seem like he frustrated. He always feel like he mad. Every time I come around, he acting like I just done peed on his parade because he been sitting in silent pain. He ain't never able to say how he feel. And I just done got to that place where it's like, man, you know what? As a man, you ain't gonna tell me in the name of masculinity. Let me tell you, peep this right here. Most men ain't gonna admit that they jealous about certain things. They not gonna tell you that. Is it too much to just say, is it too much to just say that made me jealous? Most men won't admit even saying that. It's gonna make him feel less than a man, or it gonna make him feel like it don't sound like a masculine statement, do it? It don't sound it don't sound like a masculine statement for a man to say, hey, babe, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of made me jealous right now. It is pride and ego. True enough. But the conversation, in the context of this conversation, I'm talking about the programming. Because listen, I could go through several situations where I can explain to you the programming of how women were raised what was going on and why they moved certain ways, because it's the programming. Sometimes you got to know your partner good enough to create create a lane where they understand it's okay to be vulnerable over here. Sometimes, what's up, my guy? What's up, no? What you got going on, fam? Sometimes you got to create the space for the man to know that. It's not, if you thinking it's okay to just say, oh, his ego in the way, he ain't say, I can't read his mind. We can't read y'all's neither. I don't know exactly what you got going on neither. But sometimes I say certain things like, baby, you know, if you need to talk to me, you can talk to me. You know, I don't know if you, but you can. Sometimes you got to open the space for that, because I ain't never been around it. So when you will look at me and say it's pride and ego, I haven't never been in a space to where that can be explained to me. I ain't never been in a space where I can be vulnerable enough to even do that. You know what? Every time I go back to my childhood. You done read this book right here. And I done said plenty of time, as a child, 14, 15 years old, already in and out of juvie, didn't have no, I ain't even got to go through the testimony for most people who are on here already know. If I walked in the living room when my child mama got pregnant, I was 15 years old. I walked in the room in the projects on Carden Circle, 153 Carden Circle, on the hill. I walked in, my mama knocked on the door, because you couldn't just walk in the room. I walk, she tell me come in. She's sitting on the cordless phone, the white junk. I remember that she used to always tell me when the phone, boo, come here and put this phone on the charger. I go in here, she talking to her friend Paulette. I'm taking down my braids. I'm trying, listen what I'm explaining. As a black man, I'm already scared to even say what I'm about to say. I already don't know what the response is finna be. So I'm standing in the mirror, I'm taking down my hair. Finally, she say, what is it, boy? And I turn around and I say, I got a baby on the way. Yeah, what she say? Boy, get out of my room. That's trauma. I don't even have to keep going. How at that point, at 15 years old, already been in and out of juvie, I just tell you I got a child on the way, and the response is, boy, get on out of my room with that. That's, yeah. But that's what I've been around the majority of my life. So when you say pride and ego, this is what I've been programmed for. This is all I know. This is what I've been around. This is how the women that helped raise me, love them to death. They did the best that they can do. I'm not faulting them because I know how they was raised. I know what they went through. My mama tried to raise 2 boys without a man. I get it, but it does not take away certain things that it has caused. It don't take away the effect that is left on me that's still lingering. It still has affected my communication skills. That inner child in me is still bruised. So now it's certain. It's just like listen. I had shot 3 people by the time I'll say 16, 17, right? If you ain't read the book, you can go get it. JTB3.org. It's called The Life of Boo Baker. JTB3.org. Listen what I'm finna tell you. At the age 15 to 16, I had already done hit 3 people. Right? You tell me where you read in the book if you done read it. I ever had a conversation with anybody. Listen, I was hitting people, going sleeping with older women, hustling the same day. Listen to the point I'm finna make to you. And then go down and sleep like a baby. Most people would say, you crazy. Most people would say that I was a menace to society. No. I was a product of my environment. That's what I was around. That's all I knew. That was normal to me. It was normal to carry pistols, act like it's a normal day, sell dope, go over some woman's house, drop pig in them, and pull in backwards in my driveway and get in my bed and go to sleep. I never had nobody to talk to, homie. And so even in the moments where I had a moment, it's in the book. It was right before we stole a truck and went to Atlanta. I was on the run. I was on the run already. I could see it. I had just bought the colors. It was a two-door colors. It was blue. When I bought it, the tire on the side, it had like a bulge in the tire. I had to go get a new tire. He sold me the car for $500. I gave him 2 balls. At the time, if you don't know what a ball is, then let me know you ain't never been in the street. I gave him 2 balls. That was 200 because the ball was 100 at the time. 3.5 on the scale. And then I gave him 300 cash. Paid him 500 total. Man, that we call him what was it? Bumpy J, Hollywood, whatever it was at the time. So I get the colors right. I got 2 of them out. I got a partner in the passenger seat and I got 1 in the back, right? So I'm driving down the street. I'm on the run at the time. I got a Pyrex jar, I got scales, cocaine in my pocket. And I got a strap on me. At the time, I think I'm 17 years old. I pull up to my cousin's house. I go in the house, and when I walked in, she asked me what was wrong with me. I'm on the run. I think I'm on the run for attempted murder in this situation right here. I go in the house, I walk in the bathroom. When I go in the bathroom, this is the exact move. I leaned on the counter like this here. And tears just started rolling down my eyes because I'm tired. At 17, listen, at 17, I got a child. I'm broken. Never had a father. Never had nobody to talk to. I'm on the run for attempted murder. I still got a strap on me. I'm still selling dope. I'm driving without a license. Listen, and I walk in the house. She could probably read it on me, but ain't never heard me talk about nothing that was bothering me. I lean and I look in the mirror, and tears just started flowing. And at this time, I fall back on the wall, and I just slide down the wall, and I put my head down, and I'm talking about bawling tears. Listen to the point I'm making. After I get through crying, alone, isolated, to myself, this is a clear demonstration of all the black people that I've been around who have been broken, who have been hurt, who was full of pain and couldn't share it with nobody. What I knew was you do it to yourself, you do it in private, you get up and you shake that off like ain't nothing wrong with you in public. That's all I've been around. So I get up off the ground, wipe my eyes off, turn the water on, wash my face, get myself together, flush the toilet like I've been in here using the bathroom, and the whole time I'm hurt. I come out of the bathroom, just so happened, my eyes is a little red. Everybody know I ain't never smoked. Everybody know I ain't never done drugs, none of that. So when I walk in, I'm talking to her like it's normal. Like I didn't just go in here and have a full-fledged breakdown. So when I go in here, she said, what? She said, boo, what's wrong with you? I said, no, why was up? She said, your eyes red. She said, you been crying? Guess what my response was? No, what are you talking about? She was like, I was just asking because it look like your eyes look like you been crying. No. That's all I knew. I can't even say right then and there, I'm scared. I can't say I'm scared because I done all of this stuff to these people. And you know what I'm saying? I done robbed all these people. I done got over on all these people. I done did stuff. I can't even say I'm scared. I can't even say I don't like myself no more. I can't even say what's really going on in my mind because guess what? Everybody I done been around 9 times out of 10, if I say it, they ain't finna say they want to hear what I got to say anyway. And 9 times out of 10, they don't even have an answer for me. They don't have what they gonna say because we all going through it. We all got the same issue. Everybody struggling with their bill. Everybody kids going crazy. And everybody lying when they go to church on Sunday. We all got the exact same issue. We all go to the same janky car repairman. We all barely afford it. We all got the same exact issue. And ain't nobody able to express themselves. And then listen to me. I'm saying all that to get to this point right here. And now at 35, I'm still seeing childhood trauma raise up in me, in my friendships, in my relationships, and in the name of masculinity, it's been telling me, I've been telling myself I'm strong. On the strength of not expressing myself. I've been telling myself, oh, you handling it well because you ain't it. Y'all done been to therapy twice. That's the only reason why I'm able to talk like this, because I went to therapy. And now I'm telling myself in the name of strength, you know what? They got that. And now I'm walking by you in silent pain. I'm hurting. And deep down inside, I want to check you. I want to tell you how you made me feel. And not even if I don't check you, I just want to say, you know, that broke my heart. I just realized the first time I've said that about 2 months ago to somebody. I said, that broke my heart. I ain't never said that, man. But I knew I needed to say it because I needed to let you know it hurt me. I'm constantly acting like everything's okay. I'm constantly acting like it didn't bother me. I'm constantly moving around you and just continue to, like it didn't move me. That broke my heart. And when I say it, please know that I meant it. And then this be the problem right here. You have to consistently do it so they will know what you meant, what you said. Because the first time you say it, it's going to come off like you shocked them. Because they not going to understand that the person that they feel is so strong ain't never said nothing. The minute you express it, they not going to understand it because you never said nothing. So they not going to get it right off the bat. And I've learned after that, you have to stand on it. Because just because you said it the first time, it don't mean they gonna understand it, man. When I said, look, I said you broke my heart. I don't want, and then I realized over the next couple of days, they ain't understanding what I'm saying. I'm really hurt by this. You don't understand it because I never told you. It's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to call out, sir, but it's the same thing with several people. You done called me and I done expressed, you know what? I didn't like that. And then 2-3 days later, you think you can move and you ain't apologized to me genuinely. You ain't showed me that you sympathize with what I said or how I felt. You ain't moving different around me. You know why? Because I've been sitting in silent pain. I've been allowing it to happen for so long that now when I say it, you don't understand or feel like you don't get it. Because I've been sitting here just taking blows. What's up with you, my girl? I've been sitting here just taking blows for you. I've been sitting here acting like everything is okay. And the truth of the matter is, I'm about to lose my top. I'm about to have to take medication on the strength of you. You telling me to go take therapy. And the truth of the matter is, you're the reason I need it. Because I can't talk. I can't say nothing. I'm sitting here paralyzed on the strength of you. And so now I've got to the point that it's like, you know what? There's nothing wrong with me. As a black man telling you, that makes me jealous. It's nothing. If it's true, it's true. If I explain to you what it is, it's true. Either you compromise for me or you don't. Either you sympathize with how I feel or you don't. But just like any woman that come to a black man that has caused some kind of issue and she expect him to understand because he caused the issue, you expect his behavior to change because the truth of the matter is deep down inside, he know he the one caused that. It ain't that you doing too much. It ain't that you extra. It ain't that you ain't forgave. Because listen to me, a lot of people think forgiveness it requires silence. No, it don't. Forgiveness, a lot of people misconstrue and think forgiveness mean I forgot. They think forgiveness is equivalent to, you know what, we discussed it, it's dead, it ain't affecting me no more. No. Forgiveness is a process as well in certain things. So in the forgiveness, your reassurance is required too. So I seen you, V. Your reassurance is required too, because it's gonna go both ways. I forgave you, but I'm hurt. So it's a wound right there. It's a wound. So you have to understand, I need to get to a certain point though. I remember one time I was locked up in prison. My homeboy, you know what I'm saying, my best friend, we had a fallout about something, right? And I'll never forget this lesson. Probably one of the most powerful, probably the top 10 most powerful lessons I have ever learned in life. When he did what he did, the fallout that we had, we down at the chapel. And when I go in the chapel, he apologized to me. He apologized to me and he hugged me. This moment is important because, for one, the apology is coming from a black man. Not only is the apology coming from a black man, when he expressed it, I knew he was honest. And after he expressed it, my brain is telling me, it ain't because I'm in prison, so don't get this misconstrued. My brain is telling me this is game. You know why? Because I haven't seen this before. This is a whole different level of game right here. Because, and it's only trauma and pain that's keeping me from to be able to embrace this right here. So when he said, after he hugged me, he said, listen, you don't have to apologize to me yet. We ain't have to be cool. He said, take whatever time you need. And when you ready, I'm right here. I'll never forget it, homie. And when he said it, it registered with me immediately. You don't get to, if you call something, you don't get to tell a person how fast they have to heal, when they have to get it, and how they have to accept it. So taking that to this day, I extend that to people. And I also want you to get that about me, because that's a part of the process of forgiveness right there. The forgiveness don't mean that the forgiveness of I'm sorry don't mean it just goes away. And then the embracement of the hug, it don't mean I'm still not hurt. The words of whenever you ready though, that helps me understand that in whatever the process is for us to get back in the place we once were, you respect it because you caused it. That's the difference right there. So when people don't think I don't get or understand grace and mercy, because grace and mercy is what that word is really built on. It's what the word is really built on. From the beginning of Adam and Eve, and then when he still made the covenant, it was based on grace and mercy. It was based on the forgiveness. It was based on the human. I understand we are flawed as humans. They said we were shaped and born in iniquity. We were born with a sinful nature. The Bible, the word alone is based on. The word alone is based on grace and mercy. So if the Most High extended grace and mercy from the beginning, what makes you think as humans over time we don't need that same extension of grace and mercy? Now, I ain't saying let people run over you. I ain't saying let people do whatever they do. I ain't saying let people treat you any kind of way. But what I'm saying is, if it's love, because the Most High only extended the grace and mercy on the basis of love. He only, if somebody you love and it's somebody that you care, then you have to get to a place deep down in your spirit, humble yourself and understand they need a form of extension and grace. Point blank, period, man. And people just don't want to do that. You know why? Because there's so many people who want to be so empowered as if you don't feel nothing. See, what the podcast is doing is turning you into robots. The podcast is hardening your heart. It's making your heart callous. It ain't turning it into a heart of flesh. When he said, take this callous heart and turn it into a heart of flesh. Now, what you doing is you allowing these celebrities and these podcasts and these philosophers and these motivational speakers and all these people who you allowing them to harden you to the place of where you feel like, no. And then you looking up and you realizing that you don't never have a yes. You don't know how to embrace nothing. You don't know, your patience is gone. You don't know how to compromise. You don't, listen to me, you don't know you don't know nothing about long suffering. You know what I'm saying? Long suffering is just gone. That's one of the fruits of the spirit right there. You will say you possess the spirit and this and that. Your long suffering is gone. You ain't got to do nothing but stroll down your timeline. Go through your feed on Facebook and watch all them people that you following. Listen to the philosophies that they have. Don't nobody Don't nobody got the quality of long suffering no more. That's just out of it. Play with me you want to, you're out of here. You're done. I ain't dealing. And that's the game that we live. That's the generation that we living in. And then not understanding this is the enemy. This is the enemy. This new philosophy, this doctrine, you ain't got to do nothing but go read the scripture. When it tell you, if anybody teaching a doctrine other than this right here, what is it? And the doctrine that's being teach right now, it don't line up with the heart and the mind of the king. It lines up with the world. When go read your scripture, it's just so real. It's just so real. And listen to me. In majority, it's us. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. If you ain't already got me on YouTube, my YouTube is Joe Baker. Whoever was asking about my book, my website is jtb3.org. jtb3.org. But for the people, hey, if you ain't already following me, hit the follow button and double tap the screen. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna get ready to roll. Because I'm gonna save this live. I'm gonna put it on YouTube. I don't think, my question this morning was, is it ever too much for a man to express himself? Is it too, do it ever become too much? Because I want to talk about how I feel. That's it. That's really all. I don't want to just talk about how I feel. My YouTube is Joe Baker, my name, Joe Baker. I want to be able to talk about how I feel to my friends. I want to talk about how I feel to my associates. I want to talk about how I feel to coworkers. I want to talk about how I feel. And these are people selective. These are select people. Listen to what I'm going to say. My parents. I don't want to be around nobody to where I'm having to suppress anything. It probably ain't even nothing that you done to me personally. I should be able to be surrounded by people that I can say what's on my mind and how I'm feeling, and it not make me less of a man. It not make me soft, and it does not mean that I don't possess the masculinity that in my nature that I was born with. I don't want to be silent, knowing deep down inside, I want to say something. I'm going to say it. And I'm not going to say it I'm not saying it to argue. I'm saying it because it's bothering me. It's bothering me. In the world we live in now, you can't talk when it's bothering you. You can't. Then they're going to run and tell you business. They're going to do all that. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. If you ain't already following me, hit that follow button. It's that caramel water. Go check that out. I really need to quit promoting these folks. That's another thing we need to quit doing. Promoting. I was just talking about this the other day. I said, man, all of these brands, I said they don't even have to promote no more. They don't have to do nothing. Is that my homegirl right there? These brands don't have to do nothing no more. Nah, I ain't lost my train of thought. It was something I was finna say and I wasn't ready to say it. They don't even have to promote no more. All this social media stuff, these folks, people going to buy and spend money for free. And then get what? They'll see something like this, if it say caramel water. If it said, okay, so boom, they wouldn't even go get it. That's crazy, ain't it? That went over your head, didn't it? Let you get on here and promote your stuff. Majority of the time, they ain't gonna go get it. Get on here and promote something else. What's that right there, Joe T? It's almost 600 people on here. 300 people gonna go get their caramel water. If I got on here and got to talk about the book and say, yeah, the book, you get both my books right now, 2 for 25. 2 for 25. I'm gonna get out. It's gonna be 3, 4 people, and I'm gonna appreciate that. Hey, it is what it is. I ain't gonna go back and forth with you. It is what it is. I appreciate whoever and whatever. But you know what I'm saying? But that's just how it be. That's just how it be. I promise you, that's how it be. They go. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's just how it be though. What's up, my guy? But let me get off this live real quick. I'm finna put this on YouTube. If you ain't got me on YouTube, it's Joe Baker. JoeBaker. And if you go to my TikTok profile page, you can find me on all social media. You can find the Instagram and you can find my YouTube, my Facebook, everything on there. But if you ordered the book today or you ordered in the last couple of days, I just got the books in. I'm finna take care of them right now. But y'all be blessed. Y'all hold it down. If you want to watch this again, I'm finna put it on YouTube.